Hey y'all, it's me again, and I'm back for day 6, back at our regularly scheduled time, which feels good to me. I guess we're heading into the Christmas season, and it seems like the schedules are kind of, all over the place, but I'm excited to be back here at our 10 a.m. Eastern time slot. I hope you're excited. We're here on day 6 of our 31-day challenge, and I really honestly mean this. If you ignore all the other days, I hope that you will listen to today's challenge, embrace it, implement it, and then see your target market, your own email list, that same list that you might be kind of struggling with now. If you will implement this challenge, if you will really, really embrace the principle behind it, then what you will see is that your list, your email list will actually start to surprise you. So that's good. What we're discussing today, hey Randy, what we're discussing today is a principle that works in every single area of your life, and somehow it gets ignored when we talk about our business. We kind of get this principle with banking, with marriage, with friendship, with fitness, but somehow we forget about it when it comes to how to deal with our target market. Remember, this challenge is all about bringing 2016 to a powerful close and building momentum into 2017. However, if you are finding this video or this audio, this podcast, any other time, you can use this 31-day challenge anytime that you want to up-level, restart, reset, or next level your business. So today's challenge is for you if you fail to reach your market in mass, right? Excuse me, my nose is itching. If sales are too small, if they're too infrequent, if 5 or 6 figure paydays or launches seem like something of a pipe dream, right? Because you followed the system, you've done what everybody else is doing, and frankly, you feel like your market just isn't responsive enough. If this is true for you, then this challenge, this day especially is for you, especially if you hear crickets whenever you kind of launch something. If you get frustrated with your list, if you feel like they just don't or can't support you in this business, then this challenge will absolutely turn things around for you. So to get the most out of today's challenge, I want you to think about your specific target market, your email list, people who should be your clients, people who should be referring to you, people who should be paying you. I want you to think about them. And now, so I want you to kind of get that in your mind. Who are the people that we're going to apply this principle to? Okay. And I want you to think about them. And now I want you to walk in your mind, sort of imagine walking in your mind, walking into your bank or your credit union or wherever you keep your money, right? If you only go into your bank to make withdrawals and you never make deposits, like, you're going to be in trouble, right? It doesn't work. It doesn't work well. If you want to withdraw, you must also make a deposit. If you only sought to withdraw and never focused on making the deposits, the account would go dry, right? It would, dry and empty. And this might be a way that you would describe, kind of a painfully accurate way that you might describe your list, or at least your relationship with your list. So I want you to stay with me, right? Because it's not just about making deposits at your bank or credit union. That's not all that matters. The frequency of the deposits matter, and the significance of the deposits matter. So how often you show up to make deposits and how significant those deposits are, that all matters when it comes to the principle of depositing and withdrawing when it comes to your bank account. And the same goes for your list. If you feel like your current market, your current list can't or will not support you, I want you to keep in mind that you are either building them into a mighty business or you're not, right? So just like with your bank account, like there's nothing truly special about the account itself or the bank or the credit union. It's the frequency and the significance of the deposits that you put in that makes a difference in terms of how great you feel about the account itself. I can attest to the fact that I have had accounts that are overdrawn, and I have had accounts that are flush with cash in the same bank, same account actually. So So, you know, the account, the type of account, the banking institution really doesn't matter. It's how, you know, often I show up to make deposits and how big those deposits are that makes the difference. And so I want to apply this to your list, this banking, you know, philosophy to your list. Do you want to have a list that readily buys from you, right? And readily pays you? Do you want to have a list that creates demand for your work and a waiting list of clients and refers to you often and generously? If you really want that, then, and you've been listening to this video, you already know the solution, right? The common sense strategy is this. How often do you show up to make deposits into that list? How often do you show up to give to them, and how significantly do you give to your target market? You simply can't withdraw from an account, from your market, from your marriage, your friendship, from your body, what you have not put in, right? So here's today's challenge. How will you give to your tribe, to your target market, to your email list? How will you make deposits into that list? How often? How well you make these deposits significant to your market matters, right? How will you do that? How will you show up often and in significant ways to build and deposit and give into your target market and your list? If this isn't making sense to you, go back to the beginning of the video and watch. Here's a side note, a painful note maybe, a secondary challenge, right? We don't only want to consider how often and how significantly we are depositing and giving into our target market that we hope will support us in what we're doing, right? We don't want to only consider how much we're depositing into them. We also want to consider how often we're showing up with a withdrawal slip in hand, right? We want to consider how often we're showing up to give to them, and also how often we're showing up to sell to them. I firmly believe that sales is about service, right? Thank you, guys. I really believe that this is something that if you watch nothing else and you do only this and you decide that you're going to treat your list, I've often referred to a list as a savings account, right? If you've got a list of people that are, that you're giving significant value to on a regular basis, a couple things are going to happen. One, that list is going to grow. They're going to refer other people to you. Two, they're going to be grateful to you, waiting for that next launch, right? Excited to work with you in new and different and maybe even some more impactful ways. Thank you, Beth. I appreciate that. Diana, appreciate that. I think we all could do this. We can all, no matter how great we're doing with our list and with our target market, we can all get better about this. We can all show up more often, give more significant value to the people that we're saying, I want you to support me in my business, right? And then the secondary challenge is, let's really get honest about how often we come with our hand out, how often we come to our list with a withdrawal slip thinking, you know, I need to sell you something today. And I'm not at all going to encourage anyone here to be timid about offering your market or your list something that will help them. I'm just saying we want to have some common sense about it, right? We cannot go to the same list always with withdrawal slip and never making significant deposits any more than we can go to our bank and start to take out what we have not put in. To state the obvious, you want to make more deposits and more significant deposits than you make withdrawals. That's how your savings account grows. That's how your business grows. That's how your marriage grows. That's how your friendships get deeper, right? Give, get. And a lot of people are saying so true. Melanie from Tennessee, Betty Mary, I think you're from DC if I remember. Diana, I'm not sure where you're from. Beth, I think you're in Oklahoma. But everybody's saying, you know, this is true. And I just want to put out there that I have built my business on principles that are true. And here's sort of how I know they're true, right? For me, something is true if it applies across the board, right? If it's going to work in my marriage, I know that it's going to work in my business, right? If it's going to work in my business, I know that it can also be applied, that same principle, to a relationship with my kids or a problem I'm having with time management or whatever, right? So if it's true in banking, You can't just show up making withdrawals all the time. The frequency of your deposits and the significance of your deposits matters. Then it's true in business as well. So true across the board. So thank you guys for tuning in. This is day 6 of the 31-day challenge. I'll be back again tomorrow, probably at right around 9:45 Eastern time. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. If you need to catch up on the 31-day challenge, then look for it in the Facebook group. Excited to have you guys here, and I will see you guys tomorrow, and let me know how I can help you. Bye guys.